That's a rocket.
Ghost Next Door, number 10 out of infinity. Number 10. It's the 10th stage in my ascent into hell. How come I've never seen you before? Hannah's neighborhood has just gotten a little weird. Ever since that new boy moved in next door. But when did he move in? Wasn't the house empty when Hannah went to sleep the night before? Why does it still look so deserted? She's not getting any answers from her new neighbor. He just keeps disappearing in the oddest ways. And he's so pale. Bitch, he's a ginger! So it's about Hannah, who lives in something falls. Have you noticed every single town has falls at the end? I think this one is Ginger Falls, Greenwood Falls. Greenwood Falls. Hannah is a young girl who is, but you can't guess how old 12 she is 12. She's 12. She's got two twin brothers, a mom and a dad. She lives in a house. Book starts out where she's having this nightmare where the house is on fire, right? And she wakes up, she's like sweating, and she's like freaking out, looking around like, oh, thank God. I'm not on fire, that's fucking great. So she meets this kid next door named Danny. She's like, who the fuck are you? And he's like, I'm Danny. I've lived here forever. And she's like, pull. Shit. No, you haven't. And Danny's a ginger, which is pretty cool if you're into soulless fucks. So she meets this kid, and it's weird. Like, she doesn't see his family. She doesn't see any lights on in his house. She doesn't know, and he says he's in her grade. She's like, really? And she's like, what school do you go to? I go to Buttfuck Academy. She's like, I go to Buttfuck Academy, and I'm in the stupid grade. You're in the stupid grade. And she can't figure out why she doesn't know this kid. And he's like, I don't know you either. Because he's cool as a cucumber. He's a cool ginger. He's like if James Bond was a ginger. So basically he's worthless. What was I talking about?
Buttfuck Academy.
Buttfuck Academy, right. She keeps like following him around town, and like the friends he hangs out with are these two little shitheads named Doofus and Fuckstick. What are their names? Mr. Quilty. Who the fuck is Mr. Quilty? Oh, Mrs. Quilty. Apparently there's a Mrs. Quilty. Thing 1 and Thing 2. Fuck it. So his two friends, Thing 1 and Thing 2, are like troublemaking little shitbags, and they're also supposedly at the same school. She doesn't know who they are either. So Hannah keeps trying to write to her friend Janie. She writes to Janie, who's at summer camp, because it's summer, and she's so bored, and summer's going forever. But at the same time, it feels like summer just happened. She keeps writing to Janie, and this cunt Janie won't write her back, so she's increasingly writing these letters like, Janie, you twat, I'm sitting here all alone, you're out there having fun at camp. I hope you get AIDS at camp. So Hannah gets it in her head, eventually, that this kid's a ghost, because she doesn't know who he is. The kids he hangs out with, she's never seen before. She's never seen him before. She keeps following him around, and there's this black shadow that shows up every time he's there, every time she's around him. This like dark cloaked shadow with burning red eyes, and it whispers her name in a sound like cracked leaves. She has these fucked up nightmares about it and about Danny, and she's like, no, am I going crazy? So it's actually a very like Stand By Me meets like Ghost Story sort of thing. The book Ghost Story, not. So I guess Ghost Story did happen when they were kids. That Peter Straub, whatever. I mean, yeah, I called the fact that fucking Hannah's a ghost. Spoiler, because she died in a fire with her whole family, and that's where the dream came from, and she's the actual ghost. Spoiler. Even though I called that as an adult, like as a kid, I don't think I would have figured that out. And it does build it up to have Danny be the ghost. And then we get to the part where I fucking hate it. It's like it was written by two different people. It's like one person writing it was like, yeah, I'm gonna write this excellent ghost story for kids. I'm gonna, oh, God, this is great. Hannah's a ghost, but she doesn't know it. And her next door neighbor, she thinks is a ghost because she's been dead for 5 years, and she didn't know who he was. Oh, yeah. And then the fire died in the fire. Oh, this is going to be great. And then R.L. Stine, like, cripple walks up with his helmet on and goes, and then there's going to be a black shadow. This fucking black shadow, you find out, is the ghost of Danny, who is waiting for Danny. Yeah, that's right. Danny's alive, but his ghost is there too. So this black shadow thing keeps telling Hannah to stay away from Danny. That's my black shadow voice. Stay away from Danny. This is probably what he sounds like. Some other fucking a-hole who also wrote this book decided that they're going to reveal that Hannah's a ghost when there's like 20 pages left. They did it in a cool way. She was like playing with this kid Danny outside, like playing soccer with him, and he falls down and she goes to pick him up and she can't grab him. And then he like gets up and falls or some shit, I don't remember, and goes through her. And he's just like, oh my god, and like runs away from her. And then she's like, oh my god, I'm the ghost. And then she starts remembering that she's the ghost and how she died and her whole family died, and she runs back to her house and there's no one inside of it. There's no cereal like there was before, no furniture, nothing. The house is completely deserted, and there's a woman trying to sell it to someone else, and neither the woman nor the person she's selling it to can see Hannah. And they're talking about the fire that happened 5 years ago, where Hannah and her brothers were outside and they built a campfire, and they didn't put it out all the way that night, and the house caught fire and killed them all in their sleep. And these kids that Danny hangs out with, Thing 1 and Thing 2, that's a terrible name. He-Man and Lion-O. So He-Man and Lion-O and Danny are troublemakers, and they keep, like, there's this postal worker, I don't know, they steal ice cream at one point, and there's this guy, like the postal worker, which right there is, you don't fuck with that. They keep fucking with this dude, and they go by his house one night and decide he's got this mailbox. It's like this hand-carved mailbox of this swan, and they're gonna fuck it up. So they're like trying to pull it out of the ground with their 12-year-old man strength. What are you kids doing? And they're like, jack it off? What the fuck do you want? And he's like, get the fuck away from my mailbox or I'll shoot you with my shotgun. We should go back and fuck with him more. And Hannah's like, no, don't. But they can't hear her because she's a goddamn ghost. Danny and Lino and He-Man go back to, what's his name? Gary Busey's house. And they, I don't fucking know. I don't remember anybody's names. Carly Beth, no, that's not him. Chuck, no. Oh wait, that's a preview for the next book. That's not even this one. Oh shit, Fred and Alan. Those are the guys' names. They're not He-Man and Lion-O. It's Fred and Alan. All right, we're getting somewhere. So Lion-O and He-Man, I already forgot their names. Lion-O and He-Man are going to Kenny Chesney's house with Danny, and Kenny Chesney's Plymouth isn't in the driveway or whatever, so they're like, oh, he's not home, let's fuck this mailbox up. So they tip the goddamn thing over, and then one of them has a box of matches, and they're like, yeah, matches. And the other ones are like, what? And he's like, just get in the fucking house. Hannah's like yelling in the window. She's a ghost, and she knows she's a ghost by this point. She's like, get the fuck out of the house! God damn it! And then she's like, why the fuck are they turning on lights? Why is the light getting brighter? Why is the light making smoke? That's a really weird light for it to be so... Oh, fuck, the house is on fire! He-Man and Lion-O are stupid, and they set the goddamn house on fire, and they come tumbling out the window. Danny's ass is still inside. This house is burning up, and Hannah's like, oh, man. Now I know why I came back from being a ghost. And why time is so weird, and, like, she has this revelation about, like, how fucking weird it is being a ghost and why she was gone for 5 years and now she's back. She's like, I'm supposed to save this kid from this fire. And then the fucking black shadow with the red eyes shows back up. Stay away from Danny! And she's like, get the fuck out of my way, you skeleton bitch! And she tears off its cloak and it's Danny underneath, but with glowing eyes. And it's like, I'm Danny's ghost. And I'm going, what? And she goes, what? I'm waiting for Danny to die. You can't save Danny, because I'm going to wait for Danny to die so that I can take his place in the real world and he can take my place in the shadow world. That's almost as bad as this mad scientist camera possessed by Satan or whatever the fuck it is. I'm going to keep going back to that because that's just what they did. They fucking went goddamn camera on it. Or, it's not even science at this point. It's just Goosebumps being a dick. So she saves Danny, she, like, starts floating away, and the world starts turning gray, and she hears her mom's voice calling to her. And it's also, like, a touching moment. And she just goes into the light, essentially. And this is the first Goosebumps book I've read that does not have a twist ending. So it's not like in the last paragraph, oh shit, there are space monkeys, or, oh, the camera's haunted. Told you I'd go back to it. The writer, I imagine the writer of this book just like pounding, it's 1920s, right? And the writer of this book is like sweating in this tiny office and just pounding away on the keys of a fucking typewriter. Ding! R.L. Stine comes in his fancy $4 suit and his tilted hat and is like, yeah, see? What I'm gonna need you to do is add a fucking black ghost in here right here. I gotta do what? Bitch, don't talk to me. You're gonna add a black ghost here with glowing red eyes, and you're gonna type it real fast. Go! Oh, I'm sorry, okay. And then the shadow ghosts following them everywhere, and is he gone? Ka-ching, awesome story. Ka-ching, awesome story. Yeah, see ya, and that black ghost is gonna be Danny as a ghost. He's gonna go to Ghost World with him, or something. Just, I don't know, make it up. Do I have to? Tramp, I will shoot you. Write it. 10 down, 54 to go.